So you know what popped up to the top of the list? Of course, Aaron Rodgers. It's what's the number one concern. I've seen him play more golf in the past week than I saw him play football. But this is the question now, and it is. We're down to it. You know, Adam on the golf course the other day said, hey, I'm going to make some decisions in the next couple of weeks, but that's about as much as we know. He played golf in the whole Tom Brady thing out there in the mountains. But here we go. I mean, there's no more time on this one, right? I mean, somebody's got to make some kind of a move, and it feels like Aaron Rodgers is first up.
Well, let's be honest here. Okay, I think he can step around it all he wants. But the fact that he hasn't come out and said to Brian Anderson or the people that interviewed him in Tahoe, I don't know what this is about. I'll see you in training camp on the first day. Has he said that? Everything is like a couple weeks. We'll see. I'm making my decision. Let me break it to you here, okay? In his choice, in his mind, he would rather not be there. He doesn't want to be there, but he's kind of stuck because the Packers have his contract. They can make this messy, and somehow, some way, both sides have to, and I'm sure will, try to figure out a way around this, whatever that is. And that all of a sudden becomes, to me, the central storyline that hangs over training camp because he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. And now it's up to everybody to figure out what they can do to address that. Can the Packers do something to appease him? Well, I guess what I would say to that is they've been talking to him about this all off season, and we still don't have final resolution. There are people that I spoke to. I'm like, well, what do you think is going to happen? And they're like, he's angry. It's very hard to play with an angry quarterback on your team. So there's an issue. They're still trying to figure it out. And like I said, that becomes the central storyline that hangs over NFL training camps, Chris.
Is it hard to have an angry quarterback? I would argue the other way. I would say he was angry last year and he was the MVP. You know, I know when they drafted a second wide receiver and I then knew that they were beginning to phase me out, I had one of my best years in the NFL. Is it necessarily a bad thing that Aaron Rodgers is angry?
You know, again, I was talking to some people over the weekend. Someone shot me a text and they said, I'm reading to you, I don't know how a team plays with an angry veteran quarterback. Now, you had your experience. We saw what he did last year. So there are all different perspectives on this, and we don't know which one actually is right or will play out. But there are some pretty credible people who said that to me, and I don't know what's going to be right. And I don't know what's for mine. And by the way, we don't even know that he's going to play for that team again. We don't know that yet. Right?
Can money fix this? Because whatever it is, money can fix everything. So let's go crazy.
I don't believe this is a money issue.
All right, let's go crazy with money, though. Let's go crazy for 1 second, all right? He's MVP of the league. Tom Brady's already proven that you can play till 44, 45. So if the Green Bay Packers trade him away, it's possible he goes to Denver, he goes to wherever, and they win championships, and Green Bay looks foolish and the whole thing. We are coming up on new salary cap dollars, right? And it's one of the things that we're starting to see the Josh Allens and the Baker Mayfields of the world. They're going to get paid. Lamar Jackson, they're going to get paid. And they may well get paid what Patrick Mahomes got paid because the scale has gone up. So could they come back and go, what's Aaron making? 35, something like that, whatever it is now. And go, hey, we're going to make you the highest paid quarterback. We're going to go to the $50 million range. There you go. Be happy.
Again, sure, they could do that. And yes, who doesn't like money and who doesn't like to be the highest paid at their position? I got it. It just has never sounded like it's about money. And yes, as people say, it's always about the money and money can solve things. I think this is much deeper than that. I think this is, as he himself has alluded to, about people, about culture, about the way the organization is and has run. And I don't know that money addresses that. Now, maybe they step up and they say, Aaron Rodgers, we're going to make you the highest paid player. And he says, okay, that's it. I think this is somebody who looks at things differently than that. I think he's made, Chris, a ton of money. He's going to make a ton more. Does it matter if he's got 200 million in the bank or 220 in the bank or 250 in the bank? I don't know. Maybe, I'll never know that. So
maybe
no,
if you come to work for PFF, you might. I gave you a big pay raise.
Well, no, that's a story for another day. So we'll see. I don't believe that money is at the root of his discontent.
Is it all about Brian Gutekunst? Is it as simple as if he's
I think that's overstated. I mean, look, again, could their relationship be better? I'm sure it could. I think, people haven't talked as much about the president, Mark Murphy. And I think it's about him as well as it is the GM and about the organization. And let's also remember this. He's getting married, right? He's entering a new phase of his life. So there's a whole host of issues there. And it's interesting because we're probably just scratching the surface of what's going through his mind. There are probably a lot of other things that we don't and may never know. Like when Tom Brady left New England, people scratched at certain things, and I don't believe they ever really got in depth as to why he left. And I don't know why he left. But these things build up over time. Like scar tissue. Aaron Rodgers has been in Green Bay for 16 years. Tom Brady was in New England, 18 years? And so there's a lot that unfolds. Just think about anybody in any job, in any office for that amount of time with that organization, right? There's good and there's bad. And certain people remember the bad. And Aaron Rodgers obviously remembers enough bad, whatever that is. And it's built up in his mind. If you gave him truth serum and had him spell it all out, I'm sure it would be fascinating. Unfortunately, we probably will never get the full detailed version of what's irritating him and bothering him and driving him out of Green Bay. But I do think the president is a part of that. I do think the GM is a part of that. I do think the way they handled the Jordan Love situation, not Jordan Love himself at all, but the way they handle that situation, that's a part of it. And who knows what else? Getting rid of certain teammates, not having certain guys. There's a lot of things.